What is up, guys? Spexstar here today with my team builder for my first brackets battle of the NPL tournament. And right now we're at the final 16. I built this team trying to make my way to the top 8, and we'll just see how it goes. So I've built this team and I'm facing Babalno here. He's got himself a team consisting of Megalopony, Thundurus, Reuniclus, Tyranitar, my boy. Oh, I don't love to fight my boy, but when you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Roserade, Klefki, Swampert, Blaziken, Dusclops, Floatzel, Stoutland, and Avalugg. And Avalugg's cut off at the bottom there. I don't know why when I started recording. The picture kind of shifted down, so that's my bad, but his two Z users are going to be Thundurus and Blaziken, the fiery chicken and Thundurus, which is one of our favorite mods to use for Z, and a big threat. So anyway, without further ado, what I've got here is my Mega Venusaur, and I've got Synthesis, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, no questions there, just dual stab hits his team pretty damn well. And the Pokemon that Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb don't hit very well, Sleep Powder's there for, and it's primarily there for Reuniclus. I'd like to put that Pokemon to sleep. I do think it would be Colberberry. That's kind of what I think it would be, not something like Safety Goggles. So I have Sleep Powder mostly just to stifle that thing. If it doesn't come, it could also help me against potentially Tyranitar or Klefki. So that's going to be my Venusaur set. Physically defensive, a little bit speed because I think him creeping Venusaur could be a very real strategy on his part that he may want to employ here. So next up here, I've got my Latios, and I've got a little bit of an interesting Latios set. I'm going to be rocking with the Groundinium Z. And of course the reason for that is I'm able to hit Tyranitar and I'm able to hit Klefki, which I would think would be his probably ideal switch-ins to this Pokemon. A Z Earthquake has a small chance to KO an offensive Tyranitar, but mostly the value in it is being able to KO the thing as it comes in with either that into an attack or an attack into that, potentially Draco. The good thing about this type of Latios set, Draco, it does drop the special attack, but I can still follow it up with a powerful Earthquake since it's not screwing with my regular physical attack. And I've just got those two moves because Earthquake pretty much hits what Draco doesn't. Draco hits his team real well, doesn't hit Klefki, doesn't really hit T-Tar, and they just kind of work with each other that way. I've got Defog on this because he does have spikes, he does have rocks, he does have T-spikes. I want to be ready in case he starts stacking them against me. And that is... oh, I should talk about the EVs a little bit. I've got just enough speed on this thing to creep a max speed Roserade, which is a Pokemon that is a little bit annoying for my team, and it's important for me to be able to outspeed and hit that thing. It can be threatening offensively or defensively against me, and that's something I wanted to pay good attention to. Roost, of course, lets me come in on that Pokemon and be able to get my health back as it switches out or just stays in and keeps attacking. That's my Latios set here. Next up, I'm going to move to my Heatran, and I got a little bit of a weird Heatran here, but you know what, it's not me if I'm not running an awkward Rocky Helmet physically defensive set somewhere. That's been my MO in this thing. I've got rocks, of course, because rocks. Nothing to say there. Fire Blast, I like the added damage over Flamethrower and Lava Plume in this matchup. It just makes this thing a little bit more annoying for him to deal with. Hidden Power Grass, of course, for the Swampert, which I think may well be a response to this thing. And Earth Power mostly just lets me hit T-Tar a little bit better, and it also is kind of a hedge where I don't have to make the prediction between Fire Blast and Hidden Power Grass because it kind of hits a lot of Pokemon somewhere in between the damages those do. So I'm going to be running physically defensive Rocky Helmet primarily because I'm a little bit concerned about Stoutland. That Pokemon can be a little bit annoying clicking return, and Heatran really helps me stifle that thing. Prevents it from just spamming that move. It's my best Pokemon to be able to take a return, so that's why the weird Heatran there. Speaking of weird sets, I've got a semi-regular Krookodile. I know you guys gotta be disappointed, because it ain't me if the Krookodile is not some kind of weird jacked up set, but we do have the choice banded Krookodile here. Of course, speed for the Roserade, and pretty standard moveset, knockoff, pursuit particularly for the Reuniclus, and Earthquake. I've got Fire Fang because it does let me hit a magnet-rized Klefki. I did identify Krookodile as a potential solid lead in this matchup, and being able to hit Klefki with a Fire Fang as it goes for Magnet Rise would be a turn bringing momentum pretty well in my favor. I did also consider Superpower here, which would help me with things like Avalugg a little bit better, but I did ultimately decide to go with Fire Fang here. And I've got Intimidate. I don't think I'm really going to be, racking up consecutive kills with this thing because he does have Mega Lopunny, which this thing kind of in this matchup has the potential to hit, and then Lopunny will make it run. So I just focus on getting Intimidate, which lets it focus more on the hit part, and it doesn't deter me from having to hit that eject button and run out. Next up here, I have got my Comfey, and this is a familiar set if you have been watching this. Through 6 battles in this tournament, I have now faced the only 3 Mega Lopunnies that have been drafted in this tournament, because there were three, drafting pools, and I have faced all the Lopunnies that were taken, and Comfey has, against the first 2, been keeping the thing in check, I guess you could say, and I'm hoping it can continue that against this Lopunny. Rocky Helmet, of course, lets me keep the thing chipped and keep pressure on the thing, keeping it low. Nothing too weird. Synthesis, Draining Kiss, that's a pretty standard. U-turn, just let me get the slow outs if he wants to bring in something like Roserade on this Pokemon. Taunt allows me to keep things like Reuniclus weakened, which was something worth thinking about. That thing can be annoying if it employs one of its type of setup options, and Taunt lets me deal with it just a little bit better. And speaking of moves to help me deal with setup Reuniclus, I am gonna shift over to my Electros, which is gonna be rocking the Acid Spray this week. I've been using I've not been using Reuniclus lately. I've been using Electros quite a bit lately, and I haven't really been getting to show off the Acid Spray, but it is one of my favorites, and I've got it rocking here. Acid Spray lets me deal with something like an Acid Arm or a Calm Mind in Reuniclus, which is stupid, annoying garbage that I dislike. Acid Spray, it's gonna, for those who don't know, it drops the special defense 2 stages, so it's not able to get its special defense boosted as quickly as I can drop it with this thing, and that will not only help it get in range of my Thunderbolt, makes it easier for something like Latios to come in and revenge kill it. Venusaur makes it more vulnerable to that. So I've just got Spray and Thunderbolt. I've got Giga Drain here for the Swampert, and Flamethrower is going to be primarily for the Roserade, also helps me with the Klefki. And I'm just running Specially Defensive, makes it a better answer to Reuniclus, which I think would be more likely Psychic than Psyshock, although it could very well run either. It also it gives me, as I said, a more reliable switch into Roserade. It gives me a more reliable answer to Thundurus, which is very much a big threat. So that is going to be that set here, and I'm just going to go over and recap my team a little bit here. I got the physically defensive Sleep Powder Mega Venusaur, the Groundinium Z Latios, the Rocky Helmet physically defensive Heatran, Choice Bandit, Intimidate, Krookodile, Rocky Helmet, Comfey, as we do, and the Assault Vest Electros. So, if you're watching this video, if you're watching it on the day it came out, should I say, then the battle video should be out the next day, should be out tomorrow. If all goes according to plans, but I'm pretty sure it will be out tomorrow. And that's going to be it for this video. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.